Um, Trying to process this Richmond City mass shooting. You know, I come on here and I have fun and um, joke around, but I also come around here and talk some seriousness too. What is the end game here? You talking about a mass shooting after a graduation in Monroe Park down in VCU. What is the end game here? What is your purpose to the people who did this? I mean, it's so ridiculous because you know the people who decided to do this. Not only did you ruin one graduation, not you ruined two because Huguenot had just finished graduating. Then the shots get fired while everybody's outside. I mean, look, I graduated from high school. You go outside after the graduation is over. You're taking pictures. You're chopping it up with your family. It's one of the best days of your life. Then the shooting starts. Then the melee starts. 7 people get injured or shot. 2 people now have died. Somebody got hit by a car. Thomas Jefferson was scheduled to graduate, have their graduation afterwards. They can no longer do that. What is the end game here? The devil gets busier and busier by the year, by the months, by the weeks, by the days, by the minute. This was a day that for a lot of people, a lot of teenagers, a lot of parents was supposed to be the best day of their life. One of the greatest day, if not the greatest day, depending on who you ask, or maybe the best day thus far. The close of one chapter and the opening of a new chapter. And that grand moment, that shining moment, a dream day turned into a nightmare. Because of what? Because of what? It absolutely makes no sense. And I have felt so bad for the last few classes and general high school graduation because of all of the circumstances that have just had to go on since 2020. You have a pandemic drive-through graduation. That's a fucking joke. And then you have another half-ass graduation in 2021. Trying to get back to normal in 2022. That's great, And then this year, it's starting to feel more and more normal, where you have dream days. Come here, baby. Where you have dream days that have turned into nightmares because of idiots. Because of idiots who don't have nothing else better to do than to start trouble. It's not cool. But that's the problem with today's society. And I'm not trying to sound like an old grouch, but that's the problem with today's society. We think it's cool to be messed up, and it's not. What are you doing? Good night, baby. Let me kiss. Go to bed. Last week of school. That's the crazy part, though. We think people get so much clout for doing bad stuff. It's cool to do bad stuff. It's ridiculous, man. It's ridiculous. My thoughts and prayers are with that entire graduating class whose day and whose moment was ruined. And that's something that they're going to have to live with for the rest of their life. My thoughts and prayers go out to the people who got hurt and unfortunately to the people who lost their life. It's just down in downtown Richmond. And it's sad. It's sad. And then I also, my thoughts and prayers go out to the kids of Thomas Jefferson, the families of the students of Thomas Jefferson who wasn't even able to have their glorious day, their one shining moment, because of the acts of a few that's affecting the many. And it's ridiculous, y'all. It really pisses me off. I mean, literally for the last couple hours since I found out, since my kid's mom called me and told me, I've just been trying to process it, reading up on it and processing it. And all of that stuff, when you hear, it's so sad because so many mass shootings have happened within the past few years that unfortunately you almost get numb to it, but then it hits different when it's in an area that you're familiar with, an area that you call home, an area that you've been to many, many, many times. It hits different. And, I just feel so bad for the student body of two schools. One school had just had their shining moment. They're outside, they're celebrating, they're doing what everybody does year after year after high school graduation, enjoying themselves. You have proud parents, you have proud aunts, proud grandparents, proud uncles, proud siblings, proud cousins, and most of all, the people who are wearing the cap and gown who just got declared graduates, and then somebody got to go and fuck it up at just the ultimate rate of fucking something up. Somebody has to go and do something that dumb where you're going to start shooting outside of a high school graduation, what is supposed to be a sacred event. All hell breaks loose. People get trampled. Somebody gets hit by a car. 7 people get shot. Now 2 are dead. For what? For what? And then another school that was supposed to graduate can't even do that. Can't even do that. And Richmond City, I think correctly, closes school tomorrow. I think Henrico County, where they were having graduations at the Siegel Center, I'm happy for the kids' sake that they didn't cancel. But you damn right, you better beef up security. What are we doing, yo? What are we doing as a people? The devil is so busy. He is so busy. And people are letting him be so busy. Because what are we doing? It just makes you like, to be, and this is going to affect graduations, not just the way you, this is going to be affect the way you approach a graduation, not just here in Richmond, but across across the country. This is nationwide news. And this is some new shit. Not even trying to be funny. We didn't heard of the school shooting, but this is some new shit at a graduation. This is new. This is going to change. This is going to affect the way that people approach graduations, because obviously you're going to have it more secure. But now you're going to have parents that are going to be like, yo, you're going to have some parents that are going to go all the way to the extreme and say, well, we want a virtual graduation. I'm not that dude. I can't speak for everybody else, but I would understand. Or you're just going to have people who be like, all right, we're going to have this ceremony. We're going to, we're going to announce with names, but we ain't going to start taking no motherfucking pictures until we away from the vicinity, until we got into our destination of something, of getting something to eat or home, whatever. I mean, hell, people might do it Saved by the Bell style and have graduation in the school gym. I mean, I'm dead ass serious. It's like, this is crazy. Like, it's crazy. And it's just not fair. I feel so bad for everybody involved, especially those kids who work their ass off. You don't know what some of those kids had to go through to get that diploma, and to have your moment just taken away from you. I mean, especially the kids of those whose people were injured because of what? It's heartbreaking, man. It's sickening and it's heartbreaking, to be honest with you. It really is. It's sickening, it's heartbreaking, it's not fair. It's like, what? I mean, what are we doing? This is a sacred event for high schoolers who are closing a chapter in their life to open a new chapter. And this is how you got to do it? Like, come on, man. Like, what are we doing? And again, this is new. This is some new stuff. I just don't get it. I don't get it. I don't understand. I really don't. I don't. I don't know, what Thomas Jefferson is going to do um, in regards to rescheduling their graduation. You know, I'm sure they're going to have to figure something out on the fly, unfortunately, but I'm sure they'll figure something out where those kids can have their day. But golly, man, I mean, that's a drag. That is. That is an absolute drag. I mean, people out here are the worst. They are. They are with all of the things, when you one thing I try to do is I try to find the good in people. I Me personally. And it's just getting harder and harder to do it because like people will do anything. I know they have two people in custody. I just want to know what was the motive? Like honestly, what's the motive? What was the point that you wanted to cause chaos? Chaos. Downtown ain't seen that type of chaos since the protests 3 years ago. Like it's crazy. Keep just let's just keep having faith. Let's keep having faith and let's keep putting God first, Heavenly Father first. Let's keep putting the Heavenly Father first. No matter what your religion is, let's keep putting the Heavenly Father first. And acts of goodness and kindness. And these people who out there doing that dumb stuff, man, y'all go that way. Real talk. Serious. A graduation. That's crazy.